Good morning, I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time now to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we are having another positive day across the board for cattle. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing move in the market today.
That's right, Lacey. It is another positive day here for this cattle complex. And it looks to me like just a repeat of the last few sessions here. We're seeing some non-commercial short covering. And what I mean by that is we're not seeing much commercial business being done here. In fact, December losing ground to February. February and April are about the same price, and the April versus June is losing about nickel right now. So not a lot of commercial business being done here, and there hasn't been a lot of cash trade talked about out there. However, I did see some bids here at 210 here from a regional in eastern Nebraska and 330 to 331 on a dress basis. So that would be a little bit better than last week, but still, I think that the packers are going to try to hold it down, and the feed yards are going to be holding out this week. So wouldn't surprise me at some point if we see cash trade a little bit higher here, which is kind of what's been on the thoughts of most traders here, that we put a low in here last week, and that's kind of what folks are thinking. Now, the feeder cattle side of things here, looks like the index is going to be up about $5.43 here today at 337.78 with a daily number of 344.82, and that's on 2,173 heads. So those index numbers are starting to get a few more cattle in that index number. We did notice that a lot of the sales in the Southern Plains yesterday were higher. We've got some decent-sized sales coming up here today and tomorrow here in the north, but we get a couple of weeks down the road here, we're going to start to lose that volume again in this feeder cattle complex as far as cash sales. Will be closing up the barns and going to bred cow sales instead of feeder cattle sales. Live cattle here, want to switch back to them for a second here. December live cattle, the options go off here on Friday, and there's a lot of open interest here between this 217 and 223 mark. A lot of moving parts here, a lot of things as we get finished out here on the back half of the week, Lacey.
That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted here on the Rural Radio Network.
Oh, yeah! Here we go!
Did you just plant Pioneer Brand Z-Series soybeans again?
You bet your next level genetics I did. After last year's huge yields, why wouldn't I want to maximize that Z-Series momentum?
Right. How could I forget about that performance? It totally beat our expectations. Let's unleash some Z-Series on those acres. Come on!
Now you're talking. With that kind of ROI, why would we plant anything else?
Plant Z-Series soybeans in the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/greatest yields.
I know my mom does everything she can, but most days we still don't have enough to eat.
Thousands of children in Nebraska and western Iowa are facing hunger. Visit foodbankheartland.org to donate and help nourish hungry families.
I know my mom does everything she can, but most days we still don't have enough to eat.
Thousands of children in Nebraska and western Iowa are facing hunger. Visit foodbankheartland.org to donate and help nourish hungry families.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. I'm Lacey Shippey from the Tractor Tuesday Market Desk. Make sure you check out today's daily deals at tractortuesday.com. Grain futures are lower across the board still, without much fundamentally to move the markets any higher today. The next WASDE report will be out early next week, so we'll likely see some speculation and positioning ahead of that report. South American weather and crop progress are also weighing in today. Argentine corn is now rated at 82% good to excellent, compared to just 36% a year ago. That is the highest corn rating on record for this time of year. And as for wheat, the Argentine crop is coming off harvest with a low protein bias, and some of what is forecast to be a record large crop will likely make it into feed rations and is offered cheaper than both U.S. and Argentine corn. March corn is down 5.5 at 444.5. May down 5.25 at 452.25. January soybeans are down 3.5 at 1121.25. March down 4 at 1131. March Chicago wheat is down 2 at 539. May down 2 at 546. Kansas City March wheat is down 3.25 at 529.75. May down 3.25 at 541. January soybean meal is up 40 cents at $3.12. January bean oil is down 73 at $51.95. December live cattle up 150 at $219.97. February up 192 at $222.72. January feeders are up $3.95 at $333.82. March up $3.55 at $327.47. December lean hogs up 25 cents at $80.75. February up 107 at $81.20. And Class 3 milk in January is down 15 cents at $15.18. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.